know. Hello, hello, party people. Happy Tuesday. Who's ready to learn how to make some money? Let me know in the chat. And just confirm that you're seeing me, that you can see my slides that I'm about to start scrolling through, and that you hear me okay. Okay, so give me something so I know what's up. Hello. Okay. There's a little lag in the chat, but now we're seeing it. Okay, y'all are with me. Okay, I thought I was by myself for a minute. Sorry about being a little bit late. I should say, using a new platform than what I usually use. So, you know, it took there was a little learning curve there. Okay. But I am so excited to talk to y'all about marketing and selling. So we're going to talk about the 5 marketing strategies that are selling right now. Okay. So you made the choice to show up because I think some of y'all want to make some money. Yes. Just give me $ in the comments if you want to make some money. And that's why you showed up here, because you want to learn something that's going to make some money come in the door. Okay. All right. So you made the choice to show up, right? I'm seeing the $signs come in. I want you to know this session is all about the marketing strategies that are working right now in this economy, okay? In this chaotic world that we are inhabiting right now, okay? This is about what is working right now. And trust me, by the end, you'll be ready to step into your next level, okay? You're gonna leave here with some clarity, you're gonna leave here with some confidence, and you're gonna leave here with some action steps to take that the result of those action steps is money in the door, is you selling your wares, right? And whether you're an entrepreneur that's selling a product or service, it does not matter, right? It's about the approach, right? What is the approach that you're using right now that maybe is not working? And what are some other approaches that do work, okay? So we're gonna go beyond ads and email campaigns today. And you might feel a little uncomfortable with what I'm asking you to do, but you will have some strategies that actually work. I'm watching these work. They're working in my own business. I'm watching them work for the hundreds of clients that I'm coaching. And so I know they work. And so, but they only work if you work it, of course, as you know. So if you want to move in the right direction and just get the bottom line doing what you would like it to do, you are in the right place. Okay. So thank you for joining us. I'm excited to get this party started. All right. Now let's talk about who is this for? Who is this training for that we're having today? So is it for you? Let's find out. It is for you if you are an ambitious professional, entrepreneur, or creator ready for fresh marketing strategies that actually move the needle, right? No more overhyped trends that aren't doing anything. You are folks who want clients sooner, like today or tomorrow or next week or the week after, right? And you want to build trust fast instead of waiting months or years for the marketing that maybe you've heard about to work. And it's also for anyone ready to try something bold and different, right? Strategies that maybe aren't mainstream, but they deliver exceptional results. Okay, so if that's you, you are in the right place. In the next 2 hours-ish, I don't know, we'll see. I'll definitely be here for at least an hour. Probably go to 2 hours, but we'll see. If y'all got good questions for me, so make sure you write down the questions that you want to ask, and I will address them at the end, okay? So in the next 2 hours, we're going to talk about how to get an ROI on your marketing, even if you feel overwhelmed by the options right now. We're going to talk about 5 marketing strategies that are selling and making money right now. And then I'm also going to answer your questions, right? So make sure you're dropping them in the chat as we go through so my team can collect them and we will get to all of your questions at the end, okay? So that is the game plan. And my promise to you, and Hello 7's promise to you, is by the end of this masterclass, you're going to walk away with 5 real deal, actual marketing strategies that actually work right now, okay? Strategies that help you move your business forward, grow your network, and build real lasting business growth, right? Strategies that will close clients, because that's what you want to do, right? You want a new sale, you want a new client in the door. So that's what you're going to get. Now, let me tell you how I want you to approach this training, okay? So if you're multitasking and you got 100 tabs open, close those tabs. They'll be there later. You don't even have to close them. Just like shrink that screen, okay? Make this screen full screen. And then what I want you to do is I want you to take notes, all right? Get your notebook out, remove the distractions. You're spending your time here, which is very valuable. So you might as well get the win, right? Get the gems, collect the gems so that you can get the results and apply them to your business. So, sometimes we come to webinars and we're like, I'm going to do this in the background while I work and while I do all these other things and while I scroll TikTok. You know what? You could do all of that later. Why don't you learn these strategies first? And there's nuance here in how you execute them. There's going to be details here that I'm not even going to remember what I said once it's out of my mouth. And so pay attention and take notes, okay? Taking notes and focusing, that is the energy of somebody who is ready to make some money, okay? If you are constantly distracted and doing 12,000 things at once and you cannot put anything down and just sit for a minute and focus, that's part of your problem as to why you're not making as much money as you want to be making, okay? So I want you to practice it here with me today. Put the phone down, turn it over. In fact, what I'd love for you to do is just take a moment, take your phone, pick it up, walk it across the room, okay? Leave it there, come back, sit down, get your notebook out, get your pen out, and be ready to take notes and get these wins, right? That is the energy of somebody who's focused and ready to receive the results, okay? Ready to take action on the things that they're learning. This is how I approached law school, undergrad, and entrepreneurship, right? I am a student and I was always a student first before I was a teacher, right? And so this is how you are a student, right? Focus is your friend. So give yourself the gift of focus. Okay. Now, is this you? Do you feel like you're working harder, but not seeing the results that you deserve, right? You're working very hard. You're doing lots of things, but it's not really culminating in cash in your bank account or the amount of new clients that you were hoping for. Do you struggle to close the deal even when you have leads? Maybe you have some potential clients in front of you, but for some reason you cannot seem to close the deal. You cannot seem to get that person to go ahead and sign up, to go ahead and buy the thing. It just doesn't seem to cross the finish line for some reason. Maybe that's what you're experiencing. Or are you someone who is worried about wasting time on trending marketing strategies that get you nowhere, right? Maybe you've been doing a lot of that. You've been trying a lot of stuff, right? Trying a lot of different strategies, and none of them seem to be working. And you're just kind of like, you know what? Enough already. Like, I'm annoyed, right? And here's the good thing. If you're annoyed, if you're getting cranky, right? If you feel yourself getting a little pissed off about the fact that this is not working for you, I love it, okay? That's a good sign. Usually when we're mad and we're irritated and we're done with this, we're tired of putting this effort and not seeing the results of our work, that's when it burns away all the BS, okay? So that little fiery rage that you got going on, listen, that's a good thing, right? Because what it does is it burns away all the nonsense, right? And gets you focused on what actually matters and gets you focused and doing the things that maybe scare you a little bit, but are the things that will make you money. Okay. So it's good if you got a little chip on your shoulder and you got an attitude because you're like, listen, my stuff is too good and I'm too much of an expert and I'm too good at what I do to be out here not making enough money. All right. So if that's you, just put in the comments me. Okay. If that resonates with you, if you're like, I am too good at what I do, I am way too much of an expert. I get the results I get are too good to be out here making little bits of cash. Okay. Like, listen, I got an attitude about it. Why am I not being paid well? Why are these other people who ain't nowhere near as good as me, who have zero experience making all the money and I'm not? I'm irritated. Okay. In fact, I'm pissed. All right. Yes. Get mad. All right. Because that anger, right, gets you focused and you're like, enough of this already. Enough of that. Let's get this money. Okay. All right. I like that you're mad. Let's get into it. And let's talk about the real problem, right? The real problem is you may be playing the long game with your marketing right now, right? So you're running ads, you're posting on social, you're building funnels, you're launching a podcast, maybe even starting a YouTube channel, right? You're doing all of those things. All of these things are great and they do work. But let's be honest, these strategies take time to work, okay? So you're choosing strategies that are the long game. These are the strategies that are going to make you money in 6 months. but not necessarily today. In a year, they're going to make you a lot of money. In 2 years, they're going to make you even more money. But what's going to make you money today is the problem, right? So you need to play both the long game and the short game at the same time, right? So the long game is, okay, I'm building up my YouTube strategy, my YouTube channel over time, right? Or I'm posting on social daily, building up my audience and a community there on social media, right? Or I've got this nurture sequence that I'm building on email. It's working so well. I'm loving it, right? But it's slow, right? It's like there's not enough people going through it yet. Or I'm building a podcast, whatever it is, right? Those are great things to be doing, but they are the long game. So you got to play the short game at the same time because we need money today. Yes, right? Right? Like, yes. Do we want money in 6 months? Yes, we do. Do we want money in a year? Yes. Do we want money in 2 years? Absolutely, right? But we also need money today, right? Because how are we going to get to that 6 months, right? Are we still going to be in business in 6 months if no money comes in today? For a lot of us, the answer is no, we will not, right? Most of us are not independently wealthy. Most of us don't have a rich uncle funding our projects, right? Or even a rich spouse or whatever. Most of us are making this happen with these two hands, right? And this genius. And those are the ingredients we got and nothing else, right? And so we need money to come in sooner rather than later. Or maybe some of us like really want to quit our jobs, right? And the only way you're going to make the money to do that is like, you don't want to make that in a year. You're not going to last dealing with this boss that you don't like. You're about to pop off one of these days, right? And get fired. So like, listen, you need the money sooner rather than later so you can get up out of there, right? So we have to play the short game, right? We need to be able to do things that get cash in the door today. And we can't wait till next quarter or whatever to start earning. All right. So we're going to address this problem in this training today. Let's talk about your power. Okay. I want to talk about, let me take a sip of water before I get into this. Okay. Let's talk about your power. Yes. The economy isn't great. Okay. We're all well aware of that. No one is confused. But focusing on that, how is that serving you, right? If all day long you're like, oh, the economy this, the economy that, cool. But what are you doing, right, to push your dream forward? That may be the case. When I graduated from law school, it was also another terrible economy. It was the 2008 recession. And there were barely any jobs available for all of the people graduating from law school, which is, I graduated in 2009. And so, all these law firms were cutting their hiring, like they're recruiting. They weren't bringing in as much new law associates, et cetera. And so I could have easily said, okay, well, it's over for me, and I could have taken one of those jobs where you sit in a basement and you do like contract review, which, is where dreams go to die, those basements. No, just you can get paid well for those. I mean, you get paid decently, but it's a sad existence, right? No, that's not nobody's dream, So we can spend a lot of time just giving up, right? Just saying, well, it is what it is. So what can I do? A whole blood clot lot. All right. There's plenty that you could do, actually, right? You have power, despite what the world says, despite what these idiot politicians that we're dealing with say, right? Despite all the nonsense you see happening, you have power. So how can we step into it, right? What have you done to push your dream forward? That is the only thing I want you focused on. I don't want you focused on all the complaining and economy and everything else. What about you? What is your assignment, right? What is your purpose? What are you here to do? What is the dream that God put on your heart, right? What is the future that you want to create for yourself and your family? That's what I want you focused on. Regardless of what's going on in the world, focus on that. Focus on the impact that you can have when you follow your assignment, when you do the work that you are meant to be doing, okay? So I want you to take the energy that you may be using right now, not y'all, because I know none of y'all are doing this, okay? But those other people, right? So I want you to take the energy that those other people are using, right, to complain all day. And I want you to use that energy to take action instead. Okay. I want you to, every time you're thinking, this economy sucks, or every time you're thinking, nobody's buying my stuff, instead of complain, I want you to say, what else could I do? Right? What action steps am I going to take instead? I could complain, or I could take action and get this money, right? I could complain, or I could decide I'm going to do something about it, right? And so that's what I want to invite you to do. Listen, some cleansing, venting can be okay, right? Every now and then we just need to rant and rave to a friend of ours, just let it out, right? Yes, that's okay. But pity parties do not close sales last time I checked, okay? And here's what's gonna happen. Well, first of all, I wanna say we are celebrating clients at Hello 7, right? Our clients are hitting 7 figures. Our clients are reaching new revenue milestones. They're doubling their revenue. We are seeing wins happen with our clients all the time, right? So not everybody is out here struggling. Some people are thriving right now, despite what the economy is doing. I just want you to know, I have friends who are out here crushing it, selling a lot, making a lot of new money, moving new offers. So I just need you to know, like, not everybody. I know a lot of people are struggling, and trust me, I'm not meant to diminish that. I'm not diminishing that at all. In fact, I think it is imperative that you and I get this money so that we can help those people who are struggling, right? We can help the people who don't have as much opportunity as you and I have, as you and I know that we have, but don't take advantage of. You see where I'm going with this? This is why we should all be millionaires, right? Because if we follow our assignment, we make money. And then when they're when they're shutting down Snap, now all of a sudden we're in a position to be like, you know what? I'm going to write a big old check and take care of this problem in the short term, right? That's the position we're in when we're following our assignment. We get to solve problems for ourselves and other people, right? Okay. But the thing that I want to tell you is, if you are complaining in your corner of the internet, guess what's going to happen? The algorithm is just going to show you everyone else who's complaining. And you're going to think nobody's out here winning. And that couldn't be further from the truth. Okay. The same is true if you focus on winning, right? If you just sit here and think for a moment, I want everybody to put a win in the chat. I want you to give me a win right now. Tell me one way in which you are winning right now. Okay. Because a lot of you probably came here like, things are tough, and I'm hoping that I get a solution here, right? Great, right? I understand that, but I want you to really search your mind and find a win. Put a win in the chat, because we have to train ourselves to really see how much we're winning. Even when we think we aren't, trust me, we are, okay? So the same is true if you start to focus on how you're winning. All of a sudden, you're invited to the winner's circle. All of a sudden, you're in the part of the internet where everybody's talking about all their wins they're having and all the success they're having. You start to see positive results everywhere. And that's a good representation for how life actually is. When you put out the energy of like, yes, I'm out here winning, guess what you attract? More winning. When you put out the energy of life sucks and everything's hard and it's somebody else's fault, right? Then guess what you're going to attract? Other people who want to complain, and ain't none of them getting this money, right? So the energy you put out is the energy you attract. Okay, so I love seeing these wins coming up. I love seeing y'all refocus your brains on the wins. Whenever you want to indulge in complaining, I want to challenge you to really recognize truly, truly how much you are winning, right? You got food to eat. You got breath in your body. You have people that love you. You get to do work that you're excited about. You've got a new creative venture that you're pursuing. You've got friends, right? Like you went for a walk today and experienced sunshine, whatever it is, right? We are winning. So decide to focus on the wins instead of the negativity, okay? So that's your first word of the day. There's so many more, but that's the first one. And here's the other thing I want you to know. The pandemic spoiled business owners, okay? Maybe not everyone, but most of us. The pandemic spoiled business owners and entrepreneurs, all right? So if you started your business or became an entrepreneur in 2020 or thereafter, you are very confused right now. Right now, you're like, why is business so hard? Nobody told me this. It used to be easy. My business is broken. No, boo-boo. Your sense of how entrepreneurship works and how business should work, that's what's broken. Because the entrepreneurship I know is this. It's work, right? So I graduated, like I said, 2009. I started my law practice, my first business in 2010. And I had to hustle for every single client. There was no mass email that I sent and then all of a sudden money came pouring down from the sky. None of that happened. Okay. So just know I had to work for those clients. That's what it was. And I learned how to market and I learned how to sell. And so now I have a business that will make it in any economy because I know how to market and sell in any economy, the good ones and the bad ones, right? So if you started your business during the pandemic and it used to be easy because during the pandemic, everyone was at home. So you had everybody's attention and they had extra money because they wasn't going outside to spend it, right? Which means that that's the recipe for what you got from me. I will buy it, right? And so it was way easier to make money during that time. That is not normal, okay? That's what it looks like when the economy is up. Great, you know what it looks like then. But just know what goes up does what? Comes back down, right? And then it's not so good anymore. But do we give up when it's not so easy? No, of course not. We just put in that work, right? And we create systems so that we can be making money even when the economy is tough. This is where the real entrepreneurs are made right now, okay? So you can give up if you're like, it's too hard, but I promise you, you can also be making money in this economy. You just have to change the strategy, and that's what we're gonna talk about, all right? So this is your wake-up call, right? This is your wake-up call to play the short game. This is your wake-up call to stop complaining. Success is not owed to you. Nobody owes you success, okay? Nobody told you entrepreneurship is supposed to be easy, right? And if they did, they lied. And I know I damn sure didn't tell you it was easy. I know that for a fact, okay? So it's not supposed to be easy. It is challenging, but it is incredibly rewarding. And the rewards can be very handsome if you're willing to do the things that are uncomfortable, if you're willing to challenge yourself, if you're willing to do the things that might be hard for you. But you have to step up, right? And not expect it to always be easy, okay? So this is your wake-up call. And I wanna ask you, what have you tried, right? What have you really tried? Because a lot of times we're complaining, it don't work, nothing's working, is this person, is that person, this book led me the wrong way, this program sucked, right? This coach, her advice is terrible. Whatever it is, it's like always somebody else, right? But what have we actually done? If we look at ourselves, what did I do to bring a client in this week? Not a damn thing. Well, I guess I can't be complaining about it. Maybe all those people do suck, but so do you, right? Because you didn't put in no work, right? So let's make sure we're honest with ourselves and really ask ourselves, what have I tried? What work have I put in? What results am I expecting for work that I clearly did not do? Okay. And let me actually stop being Delulu, put in that work that I'm fully capable of and get these results. Okay. Are y'all with me? Do you understand what I'm putting down? So we're here for real talk. So if you're new to me, just know that I tell the truth. Okay. I'm here to tell you the truth because I know you are capable. I know you are sitting on all kinds of talent that would benefit so many people. And I want to see you win. So I want to tell you the truth of the matter because a lot of us are full of crap. Okay. And you know how I know? Because I was full of crap. Okay. I still have my moments where I'm full of crap, but luckily I got people around me who will check me and be like, girl, you complaining a whole lot about stuff you did not earn. You didn't put in no work to make that happen. And that's why it didn't happen. And I'm like, you know what? You're right. Let me put in this good work. Let me put in this good work. Okay. And enjoy these good results. All right. Okay. Now you've heard my rants. Everybody's ready. We're cleansed. We're ready. We're ready because listen, I need you to learn. We need to have the mindset talk first. That's what we're having right now before I walk you through these, because I will give you the strategies and then you'll still be like, well, they don't work. No, you actually didn't do any of them. That's why they didn't work. You got to show up and do the work. So I'm going to give you the tea. I'm going to give you the 5 things. And I expect you to go out there and do that work because you're capable, because it's going to make the world a better place, because that's your calling and that's your assignment and that's what you're here to do. Because somebody is out there waiting for you to put your thing out there so that you can solve their problem, right? So let's do this together, okay? So if you haven't met me, I'm Rachel. I think you know me now that I've gone on an entire rant. I am the CEO of Fellow 7, which is a coaching company. What we do is we help historically excluded entrepreneurs scale their businesses to 7 figures and beyond. I am the host of the Rachel Rodgers Show, which I'll tell you about later. I am the best-selling author of We Should All Be Millionaires. That might be where you know me from. $1 Million Action, Future Millionaire, and a whole bunch of Audible originals. And my mission, my assignment in life that I am following is to help you end the cycle of overworking and under-earning, okay? I want you to get this money once and for all. And I want you to know that making money is easy. Okay. It is easy. It is doable. And I promise you, you can do it. Okay. It is really not that hard. There are way harder things in this world than getting money. All right. The world it was designed in a way to convince us that it's hard. And I'm here to tell you that's a lie. All right. It can be very, very easy. And I'm going to walk you through some strategies to make it easy for you today. Okay. All right. Now, buyers are over the smoke and mirrors. Okay. Am I right? They are not interested in the sort of like song and dance and the fancy slick marketing and the blah, 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 right? Like people aren't into that, right? So the problem that you're having with marketing, it's not necessarily a business problem, right? It is a connection problem, right? The connection or the lack of connection is actually why you are struggling to sell. Okay. And you're going to see that is a through line as I talk you through the strategies. Okay. So, I'm just looking at the chat. Welcome to my world, friends. I'm so glad you're here. All right. Now, who's ready to get into these fire marketing strategies that are selling right now? Okay. Put ready in the chat so that I know you are ready, that you got your notebook out, that you're not scrolling TikTok. All right. If I'm going to share these gems that are going to help you make money, I need to know I have your attention and that y'all are ready to make this happen. Okay. Okay. Okay, Jory, listen, I see you. Okay, Janelle, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Let's go. Let's go. All right. So let's talk about strategy number one. So number one is authentic connection. All right. Let's talk about the power of personal reach outs. So I want to kick this off with what I call real marketing, right? Not funnels, not automations, not the latest trending hack. I'm talking about authentic connection. People buy from people. And in a world full of noise, genuine connection cuts through faster than any ad spend ever will. So if you're like, oh, I don't got 20 grand to spend on ads, lucky for you. You don't got 20 grand to waste. Okay. And I'm not saying ad spend can't work, but it's not the fastest thing in the world, my friends. Okay. But you know what is a lot faster? Connection. All right. Real human to human connection. It works, right? Genuine connection cuts through faster. All right. So for this first strategy, I want you thinking less, how do I get more followers? Because that's an ego thing, right? I want more followers. I want more people paying attention to me. Listen, nothing wrong with that, but that's not really about the customer, right? It's not really about serving, which is what entrepreneurship is. Entrepreneurship is service, right? You get paid in exchange for serving others. Okay. So I want you to think about, who can I connect with today? That is the question. When you wake up in the morning, that is the first question I want you to think about. Who can I connect with today? Right? What potential customer out there needs me, and how can I get in front of them? How can I connect with them? How can I talk to them? How can I show them how much I care? How can I show them how much I want to help them? Right? That's the energy shift that I want to see, because that's where the money and the movement begins. Okay. So here's some stats to show you, right? Recent studies show that well-executed outreach campaigns show up to 67% higher lead conversion rates and 58% better customer retention. So not only do you close clients faster when you lead with connection, but you also wind up keeping those customers a whole lot longer. Your audience doesn't just want content. They may want content. They may want to be entertained, on the internet, or edutained, as I like to say, but they also want connection, right? So that means when you take the time to personally connect, send a thoughtful DM, reply to their comments, right? Voice note a potential client. You're not just being nice, you're being strategic as well, right? DM them, email them personally, not a mass email. Send them a one-on-one snail mail email, okay? Send them a voice note. Let them hear your voice and hear your passion for your work, or hear how genuine you're being, right? Start conversations that matter. That is what's going to move the needle, okay? And that's what I'm seeing working for so many of our clients, especially in the world of AI, where we don't know what's real or what's not. There's so much wild noise out there today, right? There's so much to be distracted by. There's so much to be disturbed by, right? That having someone show up and feel like a friend and actually genuinely connect human to human is a disruptor of the constant stream of consciousness that we're all being exposed to all day, every day. Okay. So do something that's not scalable, right? A significant 76% of consumers prefer to buy from brands that personalize user experiences. And I don't just mean like write their name at the top of a mass email, right? But sending a personal message directly from you is effective. People want to hear from you. They want to learn from you. They want to know that you are the kind of person that takes the time to actually talk to people and give a shit. Okay. And so when you are that kind of person, guess what? People get excited. All right. So here's some things that I want you to do. I want you to make a list of who you want to reach to, who you want to reach out to. Okay. This could be past clients and, current leads, right? Reach out to them via phone, email, text, or video, right? And then we'll talk more about how you could do this in the next step. But let me know your thoughts on this. Who's here is ready to make some personal connections? I almost feel like it takes some of the pressure off, right? Like I don't have to send the perfect emails. I don't have to create the perfect funnel. I can actually just go talk to people and just have a genuine conversation. Be a neighbor, like my best friend Robert always says, right? Like how can you show up in this way that is going to get people excited, right, about working with you, okay? Yes, voice note potential clients. Exactly. Okay. I love to see the excitement. All right. Let's talk about number 2. Okay. So number 2 is don't just pitch it, loom it. All right. So this is a strategy that is really working for my clients and I love it. It's really fun. Okay. So give me a moment and I'll explain. I got my cup of tea here. Okay. Okay. So for this one, this is how to do a personal reach out. All right. So if you want to next level your personal reach outs, this is one way you can do it. Loom is an application that allows you to record yourself as you walk through a web page or anything on your computer screen. Okay. So instead of sending just like a static sales page and say, here, check out my offer, link to the sales page, right? That's what a lot of us do. What you could do instead is literally go to your sales page, right? And then record your screen. That's what Loom does. And you show up in a video in the corner, kind of like this, right? It's as if like I'm walking you through something, right? With something on my screen and you can see my picture in the corner. That's how Loom shows up as well. And so you could have the sales page up and say, I want to draw your attention to these specific features of this offer because these are the specific ones that I think are best for you, Candace. You know what I mean? You're using their name. You're pointing out to them exactly. You're creating that customized experience that I just talked about, right? So like, all of these things are amazing. I think you'll get value from all of the different features of this product, but let me draw your attention to this specific thing that I think is perfect for you and your situation, right? So like that kind of attention and that kind of personalization is very interesting to people. You are an expert on something, right? They want to learn from you. They want to have the results that you can provide. And so being able to, have you, right, with your authority as an expert, say, here's what I would do if I were you, and here's why, right? Here's how I'd go about solving this problem. Let me walk you through it. That's like, it's irresistible. It's like, oh, okay, that's what I need. Okay, that makes sense, right? And now you're speaking to them and helping them understand exactly how you're going to help them. And now they're interested in working with you. So, I know this is a strategy. And, I think sometimes people are like, oh, use this strategy and trick all the people into buying things. That's not what it is. It's genuine connection and care, right? And so it's like care first, right? Like even clean up your energy before you record your looms and just remind yourself that I'm already winning. I'm going to be all right, whether I get this sale or not. And what I actually want to do right now is show up in the best way possible to help this person. I can help this person make a decision as to whether their right next step is investing with me or something else. But I want to show up with my best energy, my most supportive energy, care about others, connect with others, and let them decide whether they want to work with me or not, right? Like that's the energy. You know why? That is an abundant energy, right? This sale would be nice, but I don't need it. Energy, right? This is like, I'm gonna be all right regardless energy. And when you're putting that out, that energy is attractive. That energy draws people in. When you're like, please buy my thing, otherwise I won't be able to pay my rent, buy my thing, right? Like, even if that is true, do not give yourself over to scarcity, okay? I know it's hard. Trust me, I've been there. So I just wanna be very clear that I grew up low income. I used to overdraft my account all the time. I had a negative 400 credit score. Okay, so trust me, I've been on the struggle bus, rode it for many, many years. So listen, I was broke way longer than I've been having money. Okay, so just so you know, I understand what it feels like, but I want to ask you still, train your mind to really see the abundance that you have around you, even when you're in challenge. Because trust me, even when things were tight, I still had an abundance of love around me. I still always found a way to eat, right? I still had a roof over my head and a comfortable bed to sleep in, despite all the other challenges I was experiencing. So I still was in abundance. You know what I'm saying? And so allow yourself to step into that. It's almost like a spiritual practice, y'all, because when you really could get yourself to think that way, first of all, you feel better. How you show up, therefore, is better. And then people are attracted and drawn to your work. Okay. All right. So back to the strategy. Hit record on your Loom, walk your potential client through the transformation that you can help them have. And then when people feel seen, right, they're going to buy a lot faster, right? It builds trust 5x faster, right? Because prospects hear your voice, they see your face, and they feel your energy. And that helps them to trust you and get excited about working with you and take action a lot faster. A mass email could never. You know what I mean? Or maybe it could in a really great economy, but it could never in this economy. Okay. So do the Looms and walk them through how you're going to help them. If you have a product, you could do a demo. If you have a software, you could do a demo, right? There's so many cool things that you could do recording your screen. All right. So here's some stats to show you. Videos like this boost reply rates up to 300% compared to plain text outreach. All right. So you are 3 times more likely to get a reply from a video than you are over email and text. And 55% of consumers watch a video before making a purchase decision, right? Underscoring that video matters in the buying journey. We want to know as much as possible before we pull that trigger, right? We want to make sure we don't make a mistake. So how can we make sure that we're making the best decision possible? Video helps to build that confidence, okay? So let's talk about how to do it, right? Instead of sending people to your static sales page, record a quick Loom walking them through it, all right? Talk directly to them. Reference something specific about their business or their problem. Use their name, okay? And end with a clear call to action. I'd love to work with you. Let's make this happen, okay? So like, let them know, here, I'm expecting a response. I'm going to invite you to work with me. Please reply and let me know whether it's a yes or not. All right. So who here is excited to try this? And of course, you could do this with other software. All right. So, you know, it doesn't have to be Loom. It's just Loom is the one that we use at Hello7, and it's easy. Honestly, I should have queued up an affiliate link since I'm marketing hard for them right now without intending to. Okay. That's strategy number 2. Who's ready for number 3? Okay. Who is ready to? So I'm excited that y'all are going to try this. I think you're going to see amazing results because so many of my clients, my peers, my friends, I'm seeing so many people absolutely get the best results from their launches, from all of the things that they're putting out there by doing personal outreach just like this. Okay. All right. So y'all are ready for number 3. Let's do number 3. So number 3 is live stream marketing. Telethon. Okay. Don't just launch, go live. I, first of all, just need to say this strategy was made for me. Okay. I get so excited about this. People don't just want the content. They want community in real time, right? Like the world is a scary place. I don't know if you've noticed, right? So we want to be with our like-minded people. We want to be with people who share our values, and whatever it is that we're coming together on, whether it's Star Trek or, you know, our love of fashion, or our love of a particular podcast, or we like cute fancy socks, or we like this particular band, right? Whatever it is that's bringing us together, we want to be together. We want to feel like we're in community together. And so how can you create that? With a live stream marketing strategy, all right? We call this the telethon effect, all right? We're taking it back. Old school is in, all right? So the telethon style campaigns, think like multi-hour live streams. They turn your launch into an event that drives attention and emotion and action, right? Go live and stay live, all right? And create momentum that money cannot buy, all right? So I'm going to give you an example. on the next slide. I'll give you a couple to show you how this is working right now, but this is a great strategy and it can be great fun. All right. I've been doing this. Last week, we did a whole bunch of this at Hello 7. It was so fun. Okay. So whether you love them or you hate them, right? Here is an example of someone who used live stream marketing very effectively, right? Alex Harmozy, he went live for 7 hours straight, multiple days in a row for his book launch, right? Attention is the new currency. So if you are going live and you are live for 5 hours, 3 hours, 7 hours, whatever it is, that is a long time to hold someone's attention, right? The chances of them wanting to continue to hang out with you after they done hung out with you that's like a date, right? Like that's like meeting somebody to go out on a date and the date lasts all day because you know it's just meant to be. That's what it is going live, right? We went live the other day, last Tuesday, and there were people at the end. It was about 4 hours. At the end, there were people, they were like, I've been hanging out with you my whole work day, right? Like, I'm like sad we're not hanging out anymore. Like, when's our next date? Where are we hanging out again? Right? So that's how it feels. So Alex, he turned his campaign into a live event, right? He did a 7-hour live stream on launch day, then did another 7-hour encore, and then another 4-hour final push, right? And of course, had a record-breaking launch. Which resulted in a massive book launch sale, right? With over 2.5 million copies sold in 24 hours. And of course, there was a lot of money spent on ads and there was plenty of things. I'm sure there was a whole ginormous marketing engine behind the thing. But the key thing is the strategy was going live stream, right? Like that was the execution piece that helped to get those results, right? And it's popular now, whether you're going live with StreamYard, which is what we're using right now, YouTube, Instagram, or Twitch. This is what the young people are doing, right? They're just watching people in their bedrooms and hanging out with them all day long on Twitch, playing video games together, right? Like listening to music, just having conversations. And so it's like, it's taken the hangout that we do with our friends personally and made it at scale, right? And so this is connection on steroids, and it's a really beautiful thing. So they're not just watching a video on their own time. They're participating in an experience. And that's what makes the difference. It's the same thing as like something like this, right? We're doing a webinar, but it's interactive. I'm talking to you, you're talking back to me, right? We're sharing your comments on the screen. We're going to do Q&A at the end, right? It's interactive. And when it's interactive, it creates an experience, right? That is beyond just being talked to, right? Or listening in a class. And so that's what creates the telethon effect. So people don't want to miss out. They share it, they engage, they buy, right? And they'll just play it in the background. Then other times they're really focused, and other times it's in the background again. But either way, they're with you all day, right? So if you've got something to sell, don't just post about it, host it, right? Live, loud, and long enough for people to feel it and get excited about it. Okay, so let's talk about this. 80% of people prefer watching a live video from a brand rather than reading a blog. I mean, duh, right? 82% of people prefer engaging with a brand on live stream rather than on socials. Okay. So rather than, it's almost like even social media is starting to feel old school, and now going live is the new way of being, right? So here's the thing that really killed me. Okay. This stat is bananas, and how you know we really need to pay attention. 83% of Gen Z consumers have used live shopping. Live shopping, right? We used to think that live shopping was for our grandmamas, right? Like, you know, like you go to your auntie's house or your grandma's house and they watching QVC and you're like, Grandma, what you buying from QVC? Cut it out, right? Stop buying stuff off the TV. Well, now Gen Z is doing it. The young people are doing it. And that's how you know we need to start paying attention. And this is a strategy we need to use. And by the way, it's easy. It's fun. Somebody is saying I lost sound. Is that true? Just please confirm that you can still hear me. I think y'all can still hear me, but I just want to confirm. Oh, I think somebody in particular lost sound, but everybody else has sound. Okay, cool. Okay, thank you. Just confirming. All right. So listen, you want that Gen Z coin? Okay. You get the boomer coin and the Gen Z coin. So you know who the only people who's missing out on this is? Millennials, right? And Gen X, which is all of us pretty much. So let's get in on this. And let me show you how we did it. All right. So I want to talk you how to execute on a strategy like this. So this was the Kickstarter launch day that we did the other day. We used StreamYard, and we streamed to multiple channels for 4 hours, which is what we're doing right now too. We're live on YouTube, but we're also live in multiple other places that I don't even know. My team did it. Okay. But this is what we did. So you see how you can have more than one picture on the screen. You could have an image around it. Like, you can really make it feel like a live show with some, I mean, these are just some simple graphics that you can upload to StreamYard and do something like this. But there's lots of, you can do live social shopping on TikTok and other platforms as well. So this isn't the only one, but I do want you to know that during that live stream, we raised tens of thousands of dollars. Many of the people who were live with us went on to back our TV show project on Kickstarter, right? Which I can tell you about another time. I'll tell you about it later today, in fact, but that's how we did it. Okay. So I want to encourage you to go live, try this. You could even just go live on YouTube, right? You could just go live on Instagram, go live wherever you already have an audience. You could go live on LinkedIn. You can do this on almost any platform where your audience is and invite them, let them know it's happening, schedule it, right? Invite people to come so that you have quite a bit of an audience there, and then answer their questions, right? Demonstrate things, play videos and react to them. Like, you can sort of do all kinds of different things during the live to keep it engaging and entertaining and interactive, right? And just create an experience for people. Trust me, this works, all right? So I wanna know who is bold enough to try strategy number 3, because I am telling you, we went live 3 times last week, and every single time we got a whole bunch of people that backed the project, right? That took action and invested right then and there. These tips are gold. Yes, going live is my strength. Yes, live streaming tomorrow. I love it, Bonnie. Yes, take action, okay? It's fun, it's engaging, and like, especially if you love to talk and connect with people, it's so easy. And then of course, you get to passionately talk about your product or service as well, which gets people excited about buying it. So this is one that I really, really hope that you will try, okay? All right. Number 4, let's get into it. All right. Put value in the comments if you are getting value from this. I just want to check in with y'all because I promised y'all gonna make some money. Okay. So do you feel like you are learning strategies that you can implement? Do you feel like you are learning strategies that are providing value that will help you to close some leads this week, next week? Okay. Let me know in the chat. Okay. The folks are saying yes. The folks are saying value. Amazing. Okay, great. Well, let me tell you these last 2, okay, because they're good as well. Also, too, here's the thing that I want to say about the strategies we talked about so far, right? They're fun, right? Like, fun is back. Everything doesn't have to be digital marketing, right? We can actually put ourselves into it, put our personality into it, connect again, and have more fun in how we are marketing in our businesses, okay? All right, so number 4, street marketing. All right, street smart marketing, the old school rollout. This is number 4. All right, so these days, right, everybody's rollout looks the same. It's, the press junkets, the podcast, the predictable partnerships, right? But Cardi B said, nope, I'm going rogue. I'm going old school. I'm going back to my roots, and I'm gonna do it that way. So she went outside to sell her albums on the sidewalk, selling them for $9.99. Okay. That's energy. That's personal connection. That's fun. It's memorable and it's authentic to her, right? Because she grew up in New York, just like I did, right? And the strategies that she tried were hilarious and so familiar to New Yorkers, right? So her rollout reminded us that sometimes the best marketing isn't polished. It's playful, right? It's fun. So strategy number 4 is about getting out from behind your screen and meeting your audience where they least expect you, right? Showing up at a local event, in your city streets, or through an experience that makes people stop and smile, right? Show up analog, show up human, right? Show up bold and see how that impacts you. So Cardi B turned her Am I the Drama album rollout into a living street spectacle, okay? Instead of going live, she just went outside. And we could do the same things, right? She sold her own CDs and vinyls on the sidewalk, shouting $9.99. She had, for me, it was the Welch's Fruit Snacks box where she has her Am I the Drama album in there. And she's on the subway saying, hey, do you want to buy my album? Do you want to buy my album? She's like, look, I'm just trying to feed my daughter. You want to buy my album? Right? It's like, if you've been on the New York City subway long enough, if you've ridden it any number of times, you have experienced somebody on there selling something in this exact manner, right? And so it's fun, it's interesting, and it's about going offline, right? That might be the most original marketing move left because everything online is kind of predictable. It's kind of what everybody is doing. And so this is a new strategy to try. All right. So let's talk about how you could implement something like this and go analog like Cardi. What if you were to host a pop-up event, sell your product or service in real life, right? Think a farmer's market, a meetup at a coffee shop, a co-working space takeover. I did this recently. I hosted a little pop-up here in Portugal at a bookstore, right? And connected with, I was surprised. I mean, I only gave 2 or 3 days notice. And I was really surprised the number of people that did show up and amazing connections happened, right? Do a street promo day, bring your brand to a local hotspot, hand out postcards, stickers, or QR codes linked to your site, right? This requires you to stop hiding behind this thing we call a laptop, right? This screen, right? Get out from behind it and actually get out there in the world and talk to people about your business, talk to people about your stuff, or offer free mini sessions like coaching in the park, right? Or what if you did like a consult and walk, right? Ask me, I'm going for a walk. I'm going to invite you to join me for this walk, and I will answer any questions you have, right? Even if your audience is scattered all over the world, do you have a small audience that may be local to you? Or do you have a business trip or a conference or a family trip coming up where you're going to be in a particular city that maybe is more popular? And you say, hey, I'm coming to Atlanta on these dates. Who wants to meet up for brunch? I've done that too, right? I met up with, I was shocked. 30 people showed up in Atlanta, and I was there, and I just messaged like literally the day before and said, hey, I'm in Atlanta. Who wants to meet up at this particular restaurant? And, let's have breakfast together and connect. 30 people showed up because people are craving connection, right? And so you can connect, you can talk to everybody and have leads come to you, right? And then you can say, hey, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for the connection. If you don't mind, I'd like to take a moment to just talk about how I can help you with XYZ, right? So it's a great way for you to connect with potential people, skincare demos, whatever fits your vibe, right? Like there's so many ways to do this, but get outside, partner with local businesses, partner with a coffee shop, a bookstore, or whatever. Go for a walk outside with potential clients, but like get out there and really connect with people in this way. I think you're going to see. The other thing too is you can still bring it online, right? So if you connect with people in this way, record it, right? Bring your tripod and your phone, record the whole thing. And then that becomes great content that you can then still feed your social media, right? You can then still feed your YouTube channel. Okay. So who here is excited to go analog like Cardi? Oh, and here's some more strategies to try. Take your brand on a tour, right? So show up in different cities or neighborhoods to meet your audience face to face. So one of the things you could do is you could look online on Instagram does this. You could look in your email marketing software and say like, where's most of my clients, right? Are most of my clients in a particular city, right? What city are most of my clients in? Great. Let me go to those cities, right? If you have like your top 3 cities that your audience is in, go visit those 3 cities, show up there, invite them to a meetup. You could even do a small event or a dinner, right? And connect with potential clients. One of my friends has been hosting a dinner for probably a decade, right? And she does a couple of them every year. Sometimes it's a dinner, sometimes it's a brunch, but every time it leads to clients. Sometimes 5 to 10 people show up. Sometimes 30 to 50 people show up, right? And she does a beautiful dinner, and she, people pay for it. They pay a couple $100s for the ticket. They come have brunch or come have the dinner. And then at the end, she talks about her offers. And sure enough, every time, a large percentage of the room, I would say at least 25% wind up buying something from her, if not more, right? In that moment. So connection, once you have connection, you have trust, and then people are ready to invest with you. Create a photo or video moment, right? Think props, signs, or even a bold outfit that sparks conversation and social shares. So like, how could you engineer a moment online, right? Using your real life and filming it. Or partner with local creators, like collaborate on a street activation or a small event that amplifies both your audiences. This is something that I think works really, really well, right? You don't have to do it alone. Partner with a local business that needs to attract more people to their business. Maybe like, it's a coffee shop that from, 2 o'clock to 5 o'clock, nobody's in there. Could you host an event at 2 o'clock when it's quiet to bring people in to buy coffee at this coffee shop's dead times? And maybe they also put your event in their local newsletter, so even their regulars wind up coming and learning about you and your business, right? So it could be a win-win. So look for opportunities to partner and go analog. There's really cool stuff you could do here. And again, the connection is on 1,000 trillion, right? And the more connection you have, the more sales you're going to have, right? Connection first, sales come after. Okay. Is this making sense? Who here wants to go analog? Let me know. Who's going to try it? Who's going to try it? I have a whole YouTube video that I did about taking your brand on tour. It was August of, was it last year? My God, I think I published it August 2024. So if you go on my YouTube channel, you can find that episode and it walks you through exactly how to do that if you want to take your brand on tour. Okay. Let me keep going. We got one more left. Who's ready for the last one? Put ready in the chat so I know. I love the walk and talk. Yes. It's about to start selling books out my trunk. I love it. First of all, exactly. Can you imagine selling your CDs out your trunk, selling your books out your trunk? How fun is that? You could put a little sign up in the trunk and be like, meet me for a trunk or treat. You know what I mean? And then come and you talk to them. You do a little talk next to your trunk. Have somebody film it. Like, these are the fun moments that are ready to go viral, right? Because it's creating connection and it's just doing something different. I love that idea. So cute. Okay. Last but not least, okay, is pre-sell. All right. Pre-sell the shit out of it. All right. So new strategies for pre-selling. Let's talk about it. In most cases, you should pre-sell your offer. All right. Let your clients tell you what they need, then create the rest of it. So if you want to know how to successfully pre-sell your offer, then of course you're in the right place. We're going to talk about it. So everyone does this. Car companies do this, right? When Tesla, even though I know we hate Tesla, Tesla wants to launch some new, whatever, the stupid Cybertruck, right? Then they're like, hey, who wants to put a deposit down with just an image? That's all they had was a photo, right? A prototype, not even the full vehicle for people to experience, but just a photo of it or a couple photos of it. People plunk down $500 or $1,000 to reserve their trucks, right? And so that's pre-selling. So you could do it with cars, you could do it with coaching, you could do it with products, you could do it with services, you could do it with events, right? Sell it, then create it. That is the way to go so that you don't wind up wasting money and wasting time and energy selling something that nobody wants. Okay. So let's talk about what pre-selling is. So what it means to pre-sell is just asking people for their money before you have finished the product, right? With the promise that you will deliver it when it's ready. All right. So you collect the revenue for the promised outcome before the product or service is actually ready to be delivered. All right. So what can you pre-sell? Damn near anything, right? As I mentioned, cars, books, online courses, coaching packages, VIP days, live events, workshops, memberships, any number of things, software, right? Physical products, right? There's so many ways to pre-sell, and it allows you to get the money in now. So if there's something that you've been wanting to create, but it's not created yet, guess what? You could still sell it today. And here's why this really works right now. Again, the connection, because you are inviting your customer to be a part of it. You're building community around this creative experience. They're not just buying something from you. They get to partner with you as you create it. They get to give you feedback. They get to tell you what they want, and you get to build those things into the product itself, right? So again, you're delivering this whole experience for them rather than them just buying something. So pre-selling right now, I think would work even better sometimes than having something that's already finished, because people get to be a part of creating it. And it's really exciting. All right. So ways to pre-sell. Sell your next course, your service, or your group program, or your software, whatever you're selling, before you create it. Validate demand, then build live with your first cohort, right? So that the people that you are delivering this first workshop for, this first iteration of this app, the first iteration of this event, whatever it is, you get to be in community with them and say, hey, which speakers would you want, right? This is how I built ROI, the Millionaire Summit, our conference. I asked them, who do you want to see be your keynote? And then I took from that list and I went and got the ones that I could afford, right? Because they had Oprah and Beyonce on there. And I'm like, I definitely don't have Oprah nor Beyonce money, but I could get you Tabitha Brown, right? Okay. And I probably, like, she probably more money now, right? So build it while you sell it. Do founding member launches, right? Offer early adopters a founding rate, right? An exclusive perk to join before the official launch, okay? So like you get to be the one that says, hey, I helped make this because I'm one of the founders of this by investing in this early, right? Beta offers, right? Position your pre-sale as a test phase. Limited spots, limited time, and your buyers get to shape the final product. And maybe they get like a special price because they're part of the beta test, right? And then at the end, they're giving you testimonials. They're telling you what was great about working with you or the product or the service or whatever it is, okay? So these are all great ways that you can pre-sell your offer, all right? And another way that you can do it is something that we're doing right now, because this is currently my favorite way to pre-sell, which is crowdfunding, right? Crowdfunding is pre-selling on steroids, okay? It's like pre-selling intense. So platforms like Kickstarter, Indiegogo, they allow you to not just sell a product or service, but a vision, right? So think about it. Instead of waiting until you have every piece of your project finished, you invite your audience to come along for the ride as it's being built. Okay. So when you launch a Kickstarter, you're saying, hey, I'm creating something big, something meaningful, and you can be a part of making it real, right? You're not just raising money, you're raising momentum, creating a movement around it, creating hype, building a community around it, validating your idea, right? So things that are really popular on these platforms are games are really popular. Physical products are really popular. Publishing, like books, if you want to create a book or book series. There was a book series done by Afro-Latina women this year that did like over $1 million on Kickstarter, okay? There's so many like ways that you could launch a project that you want to do on one of these platforms and raise a lot more money than you might on your own, because not only do you have your audience that is participating in it, but you also have the community that is around that platform. Like Indiegogo has its own community. Kickstarter has its own community, okay? So it can be a great way for you to launch your thing and get people excited about it. And it's fast, right? These campaigns are usually 30 days or less, the most successful ones. So you launch it and in 30 days, right, you've raised a bunch of money for your project, but also you've raised a bunch of interest and community and excitement around your project as well. So I do want to be real though. This isn't for everybody, right? So crowdfunding takes transparency, vulnerability, and a willing to show your messy process right before it's perfect. So you have to be ready to let people in before everything is shiny and complete. And the other thing is you got to be open to like building in public. Like people are going to see how much you raised or didn't raise. They're going to see how much of each reward people are purchasing. They're going to see, you know, one of the things you have to say is like, okay, what are the risks? Like, what are the chances that this won't work out, right? And you got to speak to that as part of your campaign, right? So it can be somewhat vulnerable, but if you can do that, it can be a very powerful platform because your earliest supporters become your loudest cheerleaders, right? They post about you, they share your story, they feel proud to have helped to make it happen, right? And that's why I love this model, because it is not charity, it's collaboration, right? It's like, hey, let's you and me go in together and make this happen, right? We had a post last week that was like, you got 5 on it, right? Because like, listen, we can make anything happen if all of us got 5 on it, right? What do we want to make as a community? What do we want to see created? How do we want to be represented? Let's put 5 on it and let's make it happen. You know, it's a really beautiful thing. I love it. And it really bothers me that so many historically excluded creators, like Black and brown creators and queer creators, are not able to see their projects successfully funded because, you know, they don't have the money, right? So like they don't see their projects happen, I should say, because they're unwilling to like put themselves out there and ask for help and say like, hey, like come be a part of this movement and let's make this project happen. I was talking to a very successful actress who is amazing. I follow her. She's hilarious. I think she's very successful, but she was talking about these amazing skits and projects. She showed a video of a skit that she did. And I was dying laughing. I was like, why is this not on TV right now? And she's like, well, because it didn't get greenlit and blah, 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 didn't get past the gatekeepers. And I'm just like, you know what, though? Like, have you ever thought about using a crowdfunding platform to like make your show that you want to make? And she was like, well, I just really don't feel comfortable asking people for money. And I'm like, you know what? We need to get more comfortable asking people for money. Okay. Because your discomfort with asking people for money is why we're not seeing these amazing shows, right? Why your talent isn't being shared on a bigger scale. So like, I want y'all to get over that. All right. I want you to, here's what you're going to put in the chat. Okay. Here's what I want you to put in the chat. I want you to put in the chat, I'm ready to ask people for money. Okay. If you're with me, I am ready to ask people for money. There's nothing embarrassing about asking people to pay you. Okay. There's nothing shameful about asking people to buy your stuff. There is nothing shameful about marketing your services. Okay. I don't think any of that is embarrassing or shameful or things wrong with it. I am absolutely proud, okay, to ask for money, okay, for my good things that I'm creating in the world. All right. Okay. So I'm glad we're all on the same page. And so with that said, I want to tell you about my project. Okay. So this is Kickstarter. So whether it's a founding member launch or a waitlist presale or a full Kickstarter campaign, this approach lets you raise cash, all right? Test the market and build buzz all at once. So I highly recommend that y'all look into it. I think it is a great option. And a lot of these projects, they need to raise 5K, 10K, 25K to make it happen. That's not an expensive project. Like you could definitely raise that on that platform, okay? So if you're like, oh, if I had 25K to launch like my YouTube channel on another level, that would be dope. Okay, great. Launch it on Kickstarter and let's see what happens, right? Okay. It's the ultimate expression of community-funded entrepreneurship, in my opinion, Kickstarter. And not just that, the other crowdfunding platforms as well. It is not just a transaction, it is participation, right? Your audience isn't just buying a product, they're helping you build the thing that you're passionate about, right? So can I share with you what I am working on? I want to share with you what I am launching on Kickstarter. For those that don't know, maybe you already know because we have been absolutely shouting about it from the rooftops. I love it. Dr. Seb says, I'm not ashamed. They could go judge their mama. I love it. I love it. Deborah said, I always ask people for money as a fundraiser who teaches people how to raise money. Yes, yes, and yes. Okay. I love it. All right. So that is exactly what we're doing with the Rachel Rodgers Show. This is my brand new TV show, and I'm launching it on Kickstarter. And so with this, we are proving that creators and women and people of color, we can own our own stories, okay? Because yes, maybe the value of it is fairly small now, but imagine what it's going to be in a year. Imagine what it's going to be in 2 years, in 5 years of this show existing, right? And the audience that is built around it. And when that ownership stays with the original creators, like then you have a total creative control. You don't have to create what the powers that be say that you can create, right? You don't have to do what they say is going to sell, right? Literally in an actual conference like call with an actual publisher, they said to me, well, I just have to be honest, right? They thought they were being cutting edge, right? I just got to be honest. People just don't buy business books from Black people. Somebody said that to me, okay, as a reason why they can't publish my book. And you know what I said besides goodbye? What I said is, the reason why people aren't buying business books from Black people is because companies like y'all won't publish them. That's why they don't exist, because y'all are standing in the way, preventing them from happening, right? And then you use that refusal to publish these books as the reason why you can't publish anybody else's books. It's bullshit, okay? And it's not true. And so this allows us to have that creative freedom, okay? All right. So I do want to invite you to be a part of this project. And I have something new that you haven't seen. So even if you've been following this Kickstarter campaign, if you've been following the Rachel Rodgers Show, I have something to show you that I promise you haven't seen. It is brand new. It is something we're sharing with you for the first time ever tonight. Okay. So I want to share that with you. But before we do, I want to share the trailer for the Rachel Rodgers show. So for anyone here who hasn't seen it, if you haven't seen it, what I'm going to share doesn't make as much sense without the context. Okay, so I would like to play the trailer for you if that's okay. And Mary Angelica, let me know what's the right way to do it. Tell me how to play this, because you know I'm new here and I'm technologically challenged. Welcome to the Rachel Rodgers Show, where I'm combining my two favorite things, travel and making money. I'm taking you to cities around the world to meet real entrepreneurs and find out how they built their success. You'll see what it truly takes to make millions on your own terms. The sacrifices, the setbacks, the pivots that nearly broke them, and the wins that prove what's possible.
So pretty.
Oh my God. Woo! This is amazing. I'm Rachel Rodgers, serial entrepreneur, investor, and best-selling author of We Should All Be Millionaires. I grew my company, Hello7, to over $10 million, and now I teach others how to do the same.
Welcome back. Our next guest, Rachel Rodgers, because we all should be millionaires. Congratulations!
Is all about the money. Where do we begin?
We are so excited with our guest. How does somebody...
Self-made millionaire, Rachel Rodgers.
Well, first of all, we have to start with boundaries. But this show isn't about me. It's about entrepreneurs just like you, building restaurants, tech startups, consulting practices, and everything in between. Time out. And yes, I'll also pull back the curtain on my own journey, the decisions that changed the game for me, the mistakes that nearly cost me everything, and the lessons that will help you avoid the same trap. You'll even hear me answer the questions you send in, because this show isn't just for you, it's with you. Hi, Cassie.
Hi, Farrah.
Hi, Dr. Julie. Nicole, the first thing that I would do,
I'm gonna do my homework.
if you've ever wondered, can I really do this? Can I really build wealth and freedom on my own terms? The answer is yes, and every episode will show you how. This isn't just a show, it's a movement. It's culture, it's wealth, created by us, for us, and on our own terms. This is the Rachel Rodgers Show, and it starts right now. Boom. Booyah. Anyway, my favorite part of there's so many of my favorite parts of the trailer, but my favorite part is this is the Rachel Rodgers Show, and it starts right now, but it doesn't start right now. It only starts if you back this Kickstarter campaign, okay? Which cracks me up. So, all right, let me tell you what's going to happen next. So first of all, please start putting your questions in the chat, because I am going to be answering your questions. We got some time left. My team knows I talk a lot. I was like 2 hours. I'm not going to talk for 2 hours. Here we are an hour and a half later. You know what I mean? Like, I talk a lot. They know me. They know what I do. Okay, so what we're going to do is answer questions. So if you have questions about the strategies we just talked about, marketing, selling, anything you want to ask, feel free to put it in the chat right now. My team is going to scroll through, and I'm going to answer as many of your questions as I can. Okay. But before we do that, so y'all go be putting your questions in the chat. While you're doing that, I want to show you this brand new exclusive opportunity to back the campaign. So basically, the way Kickstarter works is there's a series of rewards, right? And so if you choose to back this project and help to bring the Rachel Rodgers Show to life, then you get rewarded. And you could get rewarded if you back it at $5, and you could back it all the way up to $10,000 and everywhere in between, okay? But we have a whole brand new reward that we are launching right now. We're currently 7 days into the campaign. We're 50% funded. And so we need to close that gap and get to the other 50%. So we have an exciting new special offer for you, okay? So let me walk you through this brand new reward. It's called the Virtual Backstage Pass. There are only 20 of these available, and it is $997. Okay, so let me walk you through everything that you get. So we're going to be doing a Q&A live stream about the show. So you get to do a live stream with me, ask whatever questions you have about making a TV show, about the creative process, about business in general, about choosing the entrepreneurs that I chose, what I learned in the process, like just whatever you want to ask. We're going to do an exclusive Q&A with myself and the director of the show, Mary Angelica. So, and potentially the crew as well. We'll see, right? You also get digital access to watch the first season of the show. Okay, so y'all remember DVDs? Okay, that we're taking it old school again. So you will actually be able to get access to the whole first season, watch it whenever you want. Trust me, there are so many. First of all, you're going to be so entertained. You're going to laugh. You're going to cry. These stories, like it hurts my soul not to tell you these stories right now, but I'm not going to do it because I want you to like experience it in the show. But you are going to learn so much. You're going to be inspired. You're going to learn new innovative marketing strategies that you haven't thought of before. You're going to learn new ways of building a business, right? Like these entrepreneurs, they're real people that like didn't have anyone like backing them. They just found a way to make it happen. And it is incredible. These folks are, while all of these businesses, the first season takes place in Portugal, in Lisbon, right? So all of these businesses are based in Lisbon, but these entrepreneurs are from around the world, right? We have Brazilian entrepreneurs, we have American entrepreneurs, we have Cape Verdean entrepreneurs, right? Like entrepreneurs from all over the world that are featured. And we have so much to learn from each other, y'all. And so I'm so excited to showcase the stories of the global majority who are out here building businesses successfully. There's so much that we can learn. There's so many new ways to build a business that we're going to learn from this show. Okay. So the first season is in Lisbon, but the other seasons will be in other cities, right? Like, so we're thinking about Marrakesh as possibly the next city, or Amsterdam, or maybe New York, or maybe Toronto, right? Like there's so many, cities on our short list. But anyway, okay, I got excited and got distracted. All right. So you also get our official Lisbon itinerary. So you're going to watch this show and then you're going to be like, I want to go to every one of those places. I wanted to experience every one of those businesses. I want to do all of the things that Rachel was doing in this episode because it is still a travel show, right? So you're going to see all of the magical experiences that I'm having and you're going to want to have those experiences too. So you get our Lisbon itinerary with the shooting locations. So you can go experience those coffee shops. You can go experience those restaurants. You could go experience those businesses and the cool things that they have for you. So it's going to be fabulous. Like this is kind of like you're going to book your flight and then it's like having me as your travel agent, okay? Or your tour guide, okay? So that's what our beautiful Lisbon itinerary will look like. You also get access to behind the scenes footage. So while we were filming, we hired another person to film us while we were filming. So we have so much behind the scenes content, such hilarious moments when the official cameras were turned off, but the backstage camera was still rolling, and there are gems in that content that you're going to want to get. And so that's in the behind the scenes content. You get to see your name in the credits as someone who helped us produce this show. So just know in that first episode, when you watch that first episode, you're going to see your name as somebody who helped to make this show happen. And that will be there forever. We're never going to edit it out, right? It will forever be in the pilot of this show. So you also get a ticket to the virtual premiere. So we're doing an official premiere in New York, at a theater there. You can buy a ticket to that if you want to. That's part of our Kickstarter rewards. But if you're like, oh, I can't get to New York, you can do the virtual premiere, which will be just as fabulous. So we will watch the first season together. So you're going to see the first season like second, right? The first people to see the first season will be people at the in-person premiere, but the second set of people to see it will be the virtual premiere, right? And so you'll be able to join us from anywhere in the world and watch the first episode together. Oh my God, it's going to be so fun. And then after we watch the first episode, we're going to do a Q&A. I'm going to have some amazing special guests there as part of it. It's going to be a whole experience. Okay. So you're invited to that. As part of this, you get project updates. So think of project updates as like the behind the scenes newsletter of this project. So it's not just this process where we are raising the money. After we raise the money, we'll be fulfilling all of the rewards. We'll be talking to all of our backers about how we're executing, how we're filming the rest of season 1, how we are getting ready to launch, like all of the behind the scenes that's going to be happening as we complete this project. You're going to be subscribed to that newsletter and know everything that's going on. You also get the Rachel Rodgers Show stickers. You get the swag. Okay, so my first line of the trailer is, welcome to the Rachel Rodgers Show, where I'm talking about my 2 favorite things, travel and making money, right? And so that's why we have the My Two Favorite Things t-shirt and My Two Favorite Things hat. So if you love travel and making money, this swag is for you. You need this. Okay. So the t-shirt and the hat are included. And you also get an autographed still from the show, which is going to be worth a lot when we win Emmys in our 10th season. You know what I'm saying? Or actually, I'm sorry, I lied. We're going to win Emmys by season 4, obviously. Okay. And then you get a handwritten postcard from me from Lisbon, thanking you so much for being a backer. Again, this will be something that will be auctioned off for millions one day, right? So, okay, disclaimer, I don't really know if that's going to happen, but that's what I believe will happen. Anyway, so that is the virtual backstage pass. If you want to back this project, go to hello7.co/Kickstarter. You can see all the rewards there, but you can also see the virtual backstage pass. And then I'll just scroll through some of our most other popular rewards if you're interested in something else. We have your name in the credits. So as I talked about, you can have your name at the end of episode 1 for just $147. And then you also get the stickers, the postcard, and the project updates. If you're like, listen, I'm gonna need that red carpet. I need to go to the premiere in New York. This is your ticket. You get the Rachel Rodgers Show hat and a ticket to the premiere for $497. The premiere is happening on Thursday, January 29th at an iconic theater in New York. There will be fabulous, well-known people in the audience. We will also have press there. The networking will be amazing. So we will watch the first episode together. We'll take pics. We'll have fun. We're also going to have some special guests and a Q&A as well. If you're like, I'm that VIP life, okay, then you can get a VIP ticket to the premiere for $14.97, which you will be seated in the most strategic place to get the best networking happening, right? Because you're going to be seated in the area that I'm at, that all of the special select guests are going to be at, press included and celebrities, etc. So anyway, so you could join at that level as well. All right, so those are the options. I'm gonna put this one back on the screen and then we're gonna do Q&A. So let's do it. Let's answer some questions. Y'all, why was okay. Did I take drugs?
I was gonna say, everyone. Hi, everyone. I'm Mary Angelica, and I was just like, I'm dying in the background over here. A, I've been loving the comments, but B, Rachel's been on another one today. Has she not? Okay, like everyone here has just been like, this is what I needed. Like this is the vibe that I needed. This is what I was looking for the whole time, and we're just like, yes, we're here for you because Rachel has shown up. Okay. Thank you. If you are still submitting questions, we are receiving them and we're putting them on our list. So please continue to send those in. But listen, tell us how you're feeling. I just want to because, Rachel's just like, I just dropped some bombs on you and I just shook up your entire world. And then she's like, so that's it. That's all I did. So can you just tell Rachel in
any
the chat,
questions? Literally?
Yeah. Tell her. We collecting questions, but I also want to know from you in the chat, what is something you've taken away just from this conversation already? Because I was just loving it. And I was, we were trying to share as many as we could on screen, but you all were having your little breakthroughs. Some people were already making plans. A lot of things are happening tomorrow, according to the comments. Okay. And so
yes, I love immediate action. Yes. Take this action right now. So good.
Yes. So tell us what is something you're taking away from this conversation. And then we're going to dive right into questions. And listen, open Q&A with Rachel, especially, I don't know if y'all know, but Rachel's based in Portugal. It's actually quite late. And the later you get Rachel, the more real she gets. Okay. So you're getting the realest of the real. Okay.
I think they knew from the moment I opened I didn't even know how real it was going to get. Then I opened my mouth and I was like, okay, well, that's how real it's getting.
This is where we're going. Yeah. Surprising yourself as you speak. It's actually quite enjoyable because then you're your own entertainment. I'm obsessed.
I do be having a good time. I'm like, listen, if y'all are not feeling what I'm sharing, it don't even matter because I'm having a blast.
Listen, that's what it's about. Okay. And we've been talking about ways to get paid. Okay. You better just step into the energy of the cash register sound effect, okay? Because that is the energy we're calling it with these marketing practices. I don't know about you, but the cash register is where it's at. Because this whole I wired you some money, I don't feel anything. I don't hear anything, right? Oh, you're right. Doesn't that do something to you?
Listen, I don't know. Getting the text that somebody wired you money is exciting. Then you run to your bank account and you see it coming. You're like, oh yes,
you need a sound effect. You need a notification. You need a money chime. Okay.
You do need a money chime. We do need the sound effects. It's true. It's true. It's very important. Sound effects.
Okay. So Rachel, listen, there are some things that are coming through. Okay. So let's see what people have experienced during this session. I have shedded my fear of visibility, which will help me to become authentically connected to my community. That happens on this call.
I love that. And honestly, community is everything, y'all. Like, I love my job, no matter if it's a good time, hard times, economy's up, down, it doesn't matter, because the community, because I get to connect with all of y'all, right? And it's so much fun. And honestly, I went through, for some of you may or may not know, but last year I had a period where I was depressed because I was grieving some family members that I lost. And whenever I jumped on a call, you wouldn't know it. Because when I'm on with people and I'm helping other people, that is when I feel best, right? Like, it always makes me feel better. It always cheers me up. And so that's what makes the work worth it. And so that's what I'm saying. Like, let's get back to service. Let's remember what we're here to do. We're here to help others. And yes, the money will come. I promise it will, but it will actually be more likely to come when we are focused on serving others, right? And less focused on like the dollars we need to get in the door and that desperate energy, because that don't get anybody excited. Like, when somebody, you know how people are like, think about a guy who is desperate to date you, then texting you all the time, like, oh, when can we go out again? Right? Coming on too strong. You're like, you're running away from them, right? You ain't trying to go on another date. You're like, you scare me. I'm running, right? So we don't want to be coming on too strong and coming with all that, like, give it to me energy, right? It's terrifying. So stop scaring your customers. Remember who you are. You are that girl, right? You are that person. So recognize that you are that person, right? And don't let these calls shake you up and be like, oh, if I don't close them, my life is over. It's a lie. It's a lie. Your life ain't over. You be fine. You'll be just fine. Go get somebody else on a sales call. It wasn't them. It's the next one.
Listen, there's a lot here, okay? But I'm going to go through a few because I think everybody needs to understand what just happened, okay, in this little bit of time here. And just so everyone knows, the link is on screen. So as I'm going through these, the link is hello7.co/Kickstarter. We want to see your name come through. We want your name in the credits of our show. We want you to help this show come to life. And so that is why we're hosting these Kickstarter lives, right? Today, there was so much value, as I'm about to show you in these comments. My goodness. Okay, so we have, thank you for giving me permission to think outside the box and do more to touch people. I'm going to get out there and sell my book, The Heart of Faith. Thanks, Rachel. I've been feeling so depressed and stuck, and now I'm excited to plan and take action to build my community in a fun way, fun in capital letters.
Yay. Yes, Bianca. Do it.
I have the suggestions are in line with my desire to focus on building community. Thank you for the great suggestions. People just, feeling good. I was watching Rachel like wake him up and just kind of, I was like, Rachel, you just like shake the earth, it's just like, it's like when you just shake it and then all the stuff comes up and you're like, where was all that? Like, I didn't know I was feeling this way, right? Like, that's what happens when Rachel opens her mouth. Okay. I'm super excited to do video reach outs. I saw many people are excited to do this.
Yes. I'm telling you, listen,
money.
It works.
Money. You know what that is?
You're going to be doing this. You're going to be doing this all day. Correct.
Yes.
The money time.
The fun, right? Realize what I've been missing is fun. We got people saying, listen, I'm going to take it back to the streets.
Listen, let's get out in these streets. Okay.
Why not?
Let's bring back Bodega Baddie. Let's go.
Let's go. .com. Come on, somebody take it. I will be leading into having more live moments with my clients. Going live is easy. It's something I can do, right?
Let it
taking
be
it back
easy.
old school. Like this is just the biggest takeaway. And I think we know this is what's working right now. And I'm so glad everybody got the message. It's like, you can be dropping gold all you want, but if you're not going to pick it up, right? It's just going to stay on the ground.
Listen,
so they were picking it up.
Got to be out here getting this money. All right. I want to see y'all DMs being like, okay, so I did it. And guess what just happened, y'all? I just made XYZ amount of money. I want to see that in the comments. DM me.
Yes.
And don't just DM me. Put it in the public comments. Okay. Share your wins in the public comments. And you know why? Because somebody else is watching who doesn't believe that it's possible. And when they see you post, they're going to be like, let me get out here and try it. Okay. So be willing to share publicly about your wins because it helps other people. Because some people will be like, stop showing off. And I'll be like, no. Okay. I'm going to keep showing off. You know why? Because my quote unquote showing off is actually helping others, right? It's helping others see this is real. These results are real. This can happen for you. It's possible. Okay. That's why I share. I remember when we, our first house that we built, my husband, I shared a picture of it while it was still being built on social media. And my husband was like, why did you share that? You shouldn't have done that. Like, it's too much. Like, don't be showing people all that. Like, people are going to feel bad. And I'm like, they're not going to feel bad. They're going to feel excited because they're going to be like, oh, if it could happen for Rachel, it also could happen for me. Right. So that's why I share, to create possibility. But you know what I will never share? You will not see me posting like this in front of a private jet with a Rolls Royce and a Ferrari. You know what I mean? And the Lambos, you know what I'm talking about.
It's the complete opposite. It's the complete opposite. Actually, last time I talked to Rachel, she was like, I would love to do a photo shoot at a New York hot dog stand. That's literally those words came out of her mouth.
Because that's what's authentic to me. Okay. Let me get a hot dog with the onions and the ketchup and some mustard. Okay. You know where you go see me? At Mr. Softy getting a vanilla ice cream cone with the chocolate sprinkles. Okay. That's what's authentic. But for real, and honestly, I'm not even mad at them. Like, literally, no shade to the entrepreneurs who do that. I feel like it's kind of like a man thing or something. I don't even know. But like, that doesn't feel necessarily within reach. But getting your dream house, you could definitely do that, right? Like, private jets are very expensive. Even extremely wealthy people don't fly, private, because it's a waste of money. Keep your money in your pocket. I want that whole private. It's bad for the environment. Let that be over. Anyway, moving on.
Listen.
I don't even know how we got on this.
You're right. We won't know. And we don't need to know. I think that's the answer to this. Like, we don't actually need to know. It's okay not to know. Okay, so we have a few questions. We're going to go through a few Q&A. It's going to be very much rapid fire, and we'll go in through some of the questions you've submitted. They've been put onto a new sheet, so I have them all in front of me. So thank you so much for submitting them. Again, just so everyone's aware, we are looking to fund the Kickstarter. So while we're going through, make sure you're getting over to this link, okay, that is on the screen, and you're putting your name in for our show. Any little bit helps, okay? So we have levels all the way from $5 all the way to $10,000, and once you go in there, you can look. Rachel shared some of the most popular ones that are out there, but the one that we definitely wanted to highlight today was our virtual backstage pass, because then it's not dependent on you having to fly anywhere, right? But you still get literally everything. And the most exciting thing is you're getting swag. So I'm just excited that, like, when we're all doing like our watch party together and our virtual premiere, everyone's going to be in their cute hats and their cute shirts.
Exactly. Listen, it's going to be
cute.
It's going to be a good time. Yes, we need your support. So back the Kickstarter, share it. Like, even $5 helps, right? If that's what you can do. But if you want some of these more exciting rewards, back it at a higher level. Like, every dollar is helping us to reach our goal. We need to reach 155,000 by the end of by November 13th. Okay. Mm-hmm. So our goal is to get fully funded this week, so then we can start working towards our stretch goal, because our stretch goals actually get us season 2. Okay. And I have to tell you, I have friends who have a TV show. Okay. Some people who are experts in different topics that have a TV show. All of the ones that of my friends, like, these are Black and brown people, immigrants, right? Like, people who made it, right? They all have one season. Not a single one of them has a second season. You know where the money is at in television? It's season 2. Season 2 and beyond. When you've built up your audience in season 1, and then season 2, you get to really take things to the next level. And so that's why we really want to reach our stretch goals, because then we can also fund season 2 and, like, make sure that it happens. Okay. And by the way, just so y'all know, this Kickstarter has created a lot of visibility around this project. So we are getting approached by networks. We've been approached by 4 different networks so far that are interested in potentially doing a partnership for the TV show. And so, we have a head of partnerships on our team who is taking those calls and having those conversations. We are focused on this Kickstarter campaign, but just know that this visibility is like, it's really, you're backing a very real project that is really exciting to a lot of people, including Kickstarter. Kickstarter chose this project as a project we love. They've included us on their Instagram. Like, they're supporting us as well, the platform itself, which is amazing. Okay.
So good. You ready for questions? Okay. So, and also just before we start the questions, I wanted to congratulate those of you that are taking action. I'm seeing some people also upgrade. Some of you, literally just right a minute ago, I see someone that had a ticket to the premiere and now decided they're a VIP. Because
I love it.
So, you know, I'm just glad that you realized that because we knew that,
Yes.
but now you know that. So I'm just happy for you. So happy for you.
Thank you to everyone supporting the project. I really appreciate
Thank you. Okay, so let's get into some questions. We have the very first one is from Marissa. What are your thoughts on pain point marketing? I really struggle with that strategy. It doesn't feel really good in my soul one bit. And that's probably the whole concept of like speaking to their pain points and then they'll be seen.
Yes. Well, I don't think that that's a bad thing, right? Because if you're speaking to pain points, I think it's because of how it's taught. I think for a lot, it's kind of like, oh, do this and that'll make them buy, right? Like I remember I hired this guy, or I was in the process of hiring this guy to run ads for me. And I was having a conversation with him about like who my ideal client is and how I want to reach them in the messaging. And he was like, oh, just say this, that'll get them all to buy. And it was just like the way he was talking about people. I'm like, who are you talking about? These are my people, right? This is my community. Why are you talking about them like they're just pawns to like get money from? It's some people are just gross, right? And so when it's talked about in that way, you're like, ew, right? But if you really think about what it is, right? Pain points, right? Just what you're really speaking to is like, okay, here's what I see you're struggling with. I did it in this webinar, right? At the beginning of this webinar, I said, how are you feeling? Are you feeling like this? Like, I am too good at what I do to be struggling like this. Like, why am I out here struggling? Okay. Not me, not God's chosen, out here struggling. Right. And so like, literally who here feels like that? It's as simple as that's speaking to a pain point. What you're really doing is showing, and I don't know if this is what you mean. So like clarify in the comments if I'm not speaking to your question. But what you're really trying to show is like, one, I have empathy for where you're at. And two, I understand you. I understand where you're at. I see you. That's really what you're doing is you're speaking to, here's what I know you're struggling with. And the reason why I know that is because this is the work that I do. And these are the people that I work with. And I've also been there myself. So I know exactly what you're going through. And I know exactly how to solve this problem. Right. And so it's creating that reassurance. It's helping people to feel seen. And it's creating connection, actually, when done right? If you're just doing it in a way where you're trying to make people feel bad about themselves so they buy something from you, that's shitty. And you should never do that, right? And even if you make money in the short term, I don't see a business being successful long-term doing that kind of thing without doing a whole host of additional shady practices, right? So I think you can definitely speak to and have empathy for where your client is at, what they're struggling with, and talk to them about why you know how to solve that problem, right? And how you would go about solving that problem, right? But you also need to be paid in order to solve it because we got bills to pay and roofs to keep over our heads, you know? And so there's nothing wrong with saying, yeah, I would love to help you solve that problem. This is what it looks like to work together, right? So I don't think pain point marketing in and of itself is a bad thing, but always get back to like, why am I doing this, right? Sometimes we just got to really drop into like, okay, what are we doing here? Right? Remember the human that you are. Remember the human that you're speaking to is, right? And don't get into the like, this is what happens with the robot marketing, right? And listen, at Hello 7, we love the robots. We use the robots, right? Automation is our friend. Like there's a lot of ways that we serve people that we could not if we didn't have robots, right? So we love those things, but let's remember why we're here, what we're doing. Let's remember that it's not just 10,000 people on the list, right? Or a list of 10,000 or, 500,000 followers. These are real humans who have real struggles and they're looking for real solutions. And you can speak to that, right? With empathy and kindness and care and a desire to actually serve them. And yes, you want to be paid, but there's a lot of things you could do to be paid, right? You could be a hitman. You're not a hitman though, right? Like that's not the profession you chose. You chose to do this good work in the world, right? So like,
y'all see what happens when it's late? Everyone seeing the theme? This is just how it happens, okay? We went from pain points to you are not a hitman in the span of literally 3 minutes, and I don't think anybody can do that except Rachel Rodgers. So I'm just saying, like that happened. You all were alive for it.
My point is that sometimes we act like because we want to make money that there's something wrong with the work that we're doing. There's a lot of ways to make money, and trust me, let me tell you what. there are a lot of ways that at this point in my life, I could make money from investments and sit my ass down somewhere and not help all of you, right? But I want to help all of you because we need to have money throwing parties on yachts. And how y'all gonna be on the yacht with me having money throwing parties if I don't teach you these marketing strategies, right? So like, there's a lot of ways to make money. The way we choose to make money is not just because of money. It's also because we want to help and serve other people, is my point. So don't feel bad about telling everyone and shouting from the rooftop the solutions that you have, because there is somebody out here who is desperate for it and will happily pay you good money to get this good solution. Okay?
Yes. Listen,
That's my point.
Marissa was served. Her comment is up here. Beautiful. That's the reframe I needed to feel good. And honestly, that's what it's about, right? And as I go into the next question, I mean, at the end of the day, you have to also remember that your ideal customer and your ideal client doesn't even know what solution they need. They just know what they're struggling with. So speaking to the pain point isn't about just like trying to dig in a knife. It's also about just helping them recognize that this is for them, because they don't know what is for them. You're there to actually present the solution of what's for them. So if you don't speak to the pain point, they don't know it's for them, because they don't know that they're, unless you tell them, are you struggling with this? And they're like, yeah, that's me. Then they don't know. Right. So just know there's a reason to why you're doing it.
Yes. And also think about the beginning of this webinar, right? Like I was hurting y'all's feelings. Okay. Right. I told you the truth. How did that make you feel? Did that make you feel like I didn't care? Did that make you feel I'm just trying to get you to spend money? Or did that or tell me genuinely, I don't even want to guess, right? Tell me what that made you feel like. Because I think that what I know for my intention, right? And my intention when sharing that is because I truly, truly want to see you win. Whether you choose to work with me or not, I want to see more historically excluded people out here winning, okay? Out here getting this money, all right? And being paid well for their genius and helping others and hiring more people, right? And contributing to more causes. That's truly the world that I want to see. And so, that is why I'm telling you, okay, I don't want to see y'all complaining. I want to see you out here selling. Okay. More selling, less complaining. Okay. So so somebody might say, oh, she's just digging in the knife and turning it or whatever. And somebody could take it that way. And, everyone is going to land for people how it lands. But I know what my intention is, which is that I want to help you win. Right. And so I'm going to tell you the truth, even if it's somewhat of a painful truth, because I know the moments in my life that were most transformational is when I had teachers hurt my feelings, right? When I had mentors or people who knew more than I did say, girl, stop playing yourself. Okay. And told me about myself. And those were big inflection points for me. And so if I could be that for somebody else, I'm going to do it.
I love this. I love this conversation, and everyone's like receiving in the chat, which is, I'm here for it. Okay. Next question that we have from Saida. Do you think that going live at a set time for a few consecutive days is going to work? I don't really have a 7-hour chunk of time to go live all at once. I mean, yes. Right.
I'm sorry. I was distracted by the comments. Hold on.
Don't worry.
Let me read this one more.
Do you think that going live at a set time each for a few consecutive days will work? I don't really have like a 7-hour chunk of time to go live all at once.
Oh, yeah. You don't got to go live for 7 hours. That was just one example. And of course, it's an extreme example too. You could literally go live for an hour. You could go live for 2 hours. You could do I love the idea of a set time every week so people get to expect it. So what if you went live every Tuesday and Thursday, at the lunch hour for an hour, right? Of course, you're going to choose when to go live based on who your client is, right? If your clients are, busy moms, you're not going to go live at 3:00 because 3:00 is when they're picking up their kids from school, right? So they can't sit there and listen to you. But maybe you go live at 8 p.m. because their kids are in bed by that time, or 9 p.m., right? And because that's what makes the most sense, or Saturdays or lunchtime, because they're on their lunch break at work or whatever. So always choose, your ideal clients are the filter by which you choose when you'll go live, how often you'll go live, all of those things. But I love the idea of I go live every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday from 1 to 2 p.m., And so find me here. The topic of today is blah, blah, blah. Then you start getting into it, and then you start having regulars. It's really fun. And I actually have some friends, some entrepreneurs. There's an entrepreneur that I know who's been in business for 28 years. Okay. So she's been through a few recessions or two. Okay. And she's still here. She's still standing. And I know she goes live on a regular basis. She's a tarot reader and astrologer. So she'll go live. I think she might even do it every day. and just say, okay, I'm going to pull some cards for the day. Here's your card of the day. And then here's what the sun, moon, and stars are doing today. And it's not long, right? But she's got her regulars that always show up.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's a beautiful way to build community and like have people know that you're going to consistently show up in this way.
Yeah, I love that. And honestly, it just gets people knowing like it builds that consistency. And also you're going to get better after each one. So if anything, it just builds this practice and this habit that then by the end, like you're really going to perfect the way to go live for you and your audience because you'll have already tried so many different ways. So it's always better to do it than to just think about doing it. So Saida, we can't wait to see your 7-day live. Let's do it.
Yes. Okay. And I also need to say, because I know this is already going through your head, also be willing to go live when there's one person in the comments. In the audience. Be willing to go live with 3 people or 5 people or 0. Just keep talking. Okay. The recording is there. Somebody can watch it later. Right. So just know that like we start where we start and we can't build an audience if we don't keep showing up. So just, even if you're like, yo, tap your couple friends and say, I'm gonna need y'all to show up just so y'all can be, just put it on in the background. Okay. And occasionally drop a comment. If that's what you got to do, get your friends to show up just to be your like crowd. So you feel like you have people that you're talking to. But if there's a few people there, then it creates like an energy and more people will come. So like you could do this, a swap with other entrepreneurs and say, okay, I'm going to show up to your live and then you're going to show up to my live. And this is how we're going to support each other and cheer each other on as we, do our thing. So be a beginner and be okay with being a beginner. It's not going to go great, right? Even with this Kickstarter, this is the first time I'm doing a crowdfunding campaign. And so is it going to be perfect? No. Am I going to like be figuring it out as I go? Yes. Am I going to make mistakes? Absolutely. That's part of being a beginner. I'm willing to be a beginner, right? I'm willing to be a beginner launching a TV show, right? I'm willing to be a beginner at these things that I say that I want. And so I want y'all to have a willingness to be a beginner because I know some of us are very impressive, right? Some of y'all got PhDs, okay? Y'all have a lot of education. You have a lot of experience. You're really, really good at what you do. You've been paid handsomely for what you do. And now you're on a live and there's 2 people there and you're like, what is wrong with this picture, right? You're like, why I only got 2 people in the audience? Because you're a beginner at this new thing, right? Expert over here, new to this thing, right? So be willing to be a beginner, be willing to suck at it, be willing to make mistakes and keep showing up. The people who win, the people who get the rewards, who get all the money are the people who keep showing up, whether there's people there or not, right? The people who are willing to be consistent, willing to be a beginner and not embarrassed about it, okay? I've done a whole 90-minute webinar to 0 people. There was 2 people at the start, then 1 left, and I had 1, and then the one that was left, and I had 0. And you know what I did? I kept talking so that I could send out the recording after. So just know, and I have to tell you, like I've done things recently, where nobody shows up. Like it happens to everyone. You're not too good, okay? This is what I'm trying to say. Don't be too good for the struggle and for the beginner energy, because that's, if you're willing to push through that, that's where all the magic happens on the other side of that. So you got to keep showing up.
100%. And as we are talking about this, I just wanted to make something very clear because I did see a question come through about the reward that we're talking about today. And so one of the main rewards that we highlighted today was the virtual backstage pass. So I'm just going to bring it up on screen so that we can have a look at it here together. As a reminder for the virtual backstage pass, the price that you see here, so the $997, you can actually split this payment up into 3 different payments. Okay. So your first payment actually wouldn't even be coming out until November 13th. So you'd owe nothing today. You are actually just reserving one of them because there's only 20 of them available. And so you'd actually be able to go in and say, I want one of these when they go live, which is on November 13th. That's when you would get your first charge for this. And then the next one would come out on December 13th and the last one on January 13th. So if you're sitting here and you're like, I really want the virtual backstage pass, but I can't make that decision right this second, you can just make a decision right now, knowing that it's going to come out on November 13th, if that works for you. And you can actually click the button that says, I want to pay this in 3 different installments. And it's going to make it so much easier to be able to get access to this because you'll already know that you don't have to pay it all on the same time or even today. So I want to make sure that was very clear because there was a question about how much it was again. And I wanted to make sure we didn't say or we didn't let you know about the payment plan. I want to make sure that's very, very clear. Awesome.
So good. Yes. Listen, I love to plan for my money. So I got reserved now, but I got 2 weeks. Listen, I love it. And the other thing is keep clicking through because there's a couple of different screens you got to click through. None of them are going to charge your card. You'll get to the final screen. You'll know you're there when you're there. And that's when you have the option to say, okay, I want to pay in full or I want to split it up into 3 payments. All of the rewards over $125, you can split into 3 payments if you want to. And the first payment will come out November 13th and then 2 after that. So just know that that's the structure for people who are new to the platform.
Yeah, thank you.
Which
Actually,
includes us. We're new to the platform.
Yep, accurate. Okay, just so everyone is aware, we are all new to the platform, but you know what we're doing? We're learning together. Okay, and we're learning a lot as we go through the process of it. So actually, Rachel brings up a really good point. So I think that's a highlight that I would love to share with you. But just so everyone knows, as I'm sharing this here. I am in Canada, so just ignore the dollar signs. They're going to be higher because that's just how it rolls when you're in Canada. So just so everyone knows, when you head onto the Kickstarter page, you're going to be here. And if you want to back the project, you can literally click this button right here that says back this project, or you can scroll down and you can look at all the different types of rewards that we have on the right-hand side. You'll notice that the one we've talked about is actually featured right at the top so that it's easy for you to access. And all you have to do is click pledge. Once you do that, you'll actually be able to, you have to actually select where you're from and then you'll go through it. So let me just show you exactly what it looks like when you go through it. We're obviously going to be shipping you some merch over to you. Oh, great. Wonderful. I have to do logins live, which is, what everybody loves to see. So there we go. Once we're in, you're actually going to be able to, you get your pledge. This is the pledge that you want. And once you've clicked this button, there's a few additional add-ons. Just as a note, yours basically includes almost everything here on the add-ons already. So you already have it. But if you wanted to get an extra hat for like a best friend or something like that, or your business bestie, you can. Once you click continue to payment, that's actually when you'll be offered the opportunity here to click pledge over time. And when you do pledge over time, you'll actually see very clearly the 3 different dates and the exact amount that's going to be billed on each date. So it's actually super easy to get all the details of exactly how it's going to go down. So I wanted to make sure it was very, very clear. The only thing that happens before this is you have to make an account on Kickstarter, which literally takes about 3 minutes. You just need an email and password, and then you're able to back the project. And again, you can choose any reward that's available. We encourage you to look through. But as a reminder, this one here is the one that now includes literally everything that doesn't require you to travel anywhere to enjoy all the benefits of being a backer of the show, which is exciting.
Awesome. I love the walkthrough.
Yeah, I might as well.
Because when you're clicking through, I'd be like, do I click it? Is it going to charge me or do I get another screen? You know what I mean? Where you be nervous, like, I'm scared.
Yes, 100%. Awesome. So we are going to answer just one more question because we are somehow at time. You see how we were just like, it's going to be.
I was like, it's not going to be 2 hours.
I know. And I just let her
first
talk.
of all, the way I love it. She's like, I let you talk. Listen, because I just be like, this is going to be so quick. Like, I just got 5 quickie things.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be so fast. I just be lying to myself because then I'd be like, okay, well, now I'm going to preach to you for 20 minutes on this one slide.
Yeah. But you know what? It was needed. And we already saw all the takeaways. So the people were served. It is what everybody required today. And sometimes, you know what? It's just, it also helps us. Like, as we are delivering this content, I know it happens to Rachel, it happens to me too. It's just, you get filled up already with like what you're saying and the energy. Because sometimes half the things we're saying are for us too, right? And we're literally showing you the things we are actively doing, the things we are seeing work, because this is very timely, right? This is marketing that wasn't happening last year, because last year was a whole different world as well, right? So this is what's happening right now. This is what we have to pivot to. And as an entrepreneur, like, you got to stay on trend with what is selling. I don't need you to stay on trend with every single like TikTok, reel that's out there, but TikTok and reels don't even go together. You see, like, just stay away from the trends on that world and stay ahead of the trends when it comes to making money, right? Like, what are the trends that are going to bring dollars in the door? That's what you need to be paying attention to. So you better have written some things down. All right. So the very last one that I think is going to really help a lot of people here, especially as you're implementing some of these strategies, is what do you do when you want to do one of these strategies, but you feel like you have a small following, right? So email list is mainly family and friends of about 400 people, right?
What?
Right. Exactly. Feel like, I just feel like.
Thais, is it Thais? Tell me how to say your name. Listen, I'm going to beat you. Okay. Listen, Thais, where's my pen? Okay. What do you mean? What do you mean 400 people? They ain't no 400 family and friends. Okay, that's potential clients there. There is no way. I'm like, what? If you said 8 family and friends, even I would take 25 family and friends, but 400? I'm like, there are some potential clients on there. Okay. So I'm going to need you to get to marketing, okay, to those 400 people. And that's what we do. Hello, Jory. This is what I'm trying to say. Jory said that's a decent sized list. Hello. Do you know, first of all, let me just tell you, I would have I'd be making multiple 6 figures with a 400 person list. Okay. I'd be talking to everybody, building community with all of these folks, and we gonna make it happen. Okay. So 400, you off to a great start. First of all, I was ready to give her a whole answer, but then I saw 400 and I was like, what? What you mean? Oh my God. So you see how we will create, like, it's our thoughts. We believe we don't have enough. I promise you, you do. So here's the other thing. This is a trick a friend of mine taught me. And if you've seen it before, don't give it away. But here's what I want y'all to do. I want y'all to, okay, you can grab your phone now, okay? And I want you to navigate to your contacts, okay? So like all the contacts that you have in your phone. And I want you to, if you scroll all the way to the bottom, it'll tell you exactly what that number is. And I want you to put that number in the chat. How many contacts do you have in your phone? I have 2,462. How many y'all got? Okay. Put it in the chat exactly how many you have, because I guarantee you it's more than 5. 992. Okay. How many else? 290. All right. Why I got so many contacts, y'all? 2,400? That's crazy. 2,252. Big Dream Energy has more or just as much as me. 1,307, 565, 2,261, 776. That's a whole lot of people you could sell things to. Okay. Woo. So I'm gonna need you to start sending texts. Okay. You literally have their number. I want you to go through there and say, who do I know in my contacts that is a potential client that I could potentially that needs what I have, right? And how can I record a Loom just for them and literally text it to them and say, hey, I made you a message. I'd love for you to watch it and get back to me. And they're going to be like, what? She sent me a text. Oh, I wonder what this is about. Let me listen, right? And they're going to listen to it and they're going to be like, wow, that's so thoughtful. I love how personalized that is. Here's my thoughts on this. Can we jump on a call? Right? Next thing you know, you're on a sales call. So please don't play with me and pretend like, because all of it, you'd be like, oh, well, I don't have 100,000 Instagram followers. No one cares about it. Who said only Instagram followers are potential clients? We're talking about humans, right? You got contacts in your phone. You have connections on LinkedIn. You have old coworkers. You have old classmates, right? You have friends that you've worked with in the past. You got neighbors, you got aunties, you got uncles, you got cousins, right? These are all people who could either be a client or refer you to a client. Okay. So start reaching out to them and start making those connections with those folks. And then also think about, okay, what's going on in your neighborhood, right? What's going on in your city? Is there an event that is specifically for the kinds of people that you serve, right? Not necessarily, you can meet up with your peers as well, but is there an event that, like, let's say you serve salon owners, right? Is there an event or a conference going on that is specifically for salon owners? And how can you make sure you get yourself there, right? As someone who has a solution for salon owners. So think about that too, and look up meetups in your city, things that are going on in your city that you could get yourself to so you can connect with more of your potential clients. But listen, you have the full capability of executing these marketing strategies with the people that are in your phone, the people that are in your network today, right? And the people that are in your neighborhood and in your city. So I don't want to hear, oh, I can't do it. Or I don't want to hear, I don't have enough. Yes, you do. You do. You lying. Okay. Because how come you have 387 contacts in your phone? All right. All right. The guy who was your plumber, guess what? His wife needs what you sell. Go message him. All right. Listen, make it happen. Okay. Just have make it happen energy. All right. I want you to have the energy. This will resonate with some of you, maybe not all. I want you to have the energy that you have when you find out these shoes that you've been eyeing on the internet are on sale. Okay. My friend used to call this, what does she say? Shoe sale energy. Okay. So like these shoes that you've been thinking about getting for 6 months, they've been in your cart, but you haven't purchased them yet. Now they're on sale and you're like, girl, right? And you tell your friend, guess what's on sale? I'm getting the purple. Which color you getting? Right? Let's go pick them up today. You see that energy that you have when something's on sale or you're excited or your favorite band is coming to your city and you're like, oh, I got to get these tickets. Whatever gets you hyped. I need you to have that kind of energy being hyped about selling your stuff. Okay. Be that hype and be that excited about what you offer. All right. Know that it works. Know that you're good at what you do and know that people are looking for your solution and be excited about sharing it with them. Okay. That's what I need y'all to do. All right. Can you do that? Let me know in the chat. That's what I need y'all to do. No more excuses. Okay. I don't want to hear no more excuses about how, oh, I don't got nobody to sell to. Lies, all lies. All right. And I'm not going to let you lie on yourself. Okay. Okay, good. Glad we're clear. Any other questions?
No more. No, but no, honestly, thank you all so much for staying here for this live. Listen, see, we were live for now 2 hours and about, just over 2 hours, and y'all were here the whole time. So nothing's preventing you from going live from this amount of time, right? Serving your audience, right? Delivering value, answering their questions, seeing them, responding to their individual comments that are coming in, saying their name out loud, right? Like we are here in community with you. This is community right now, right? We have created a moment together. There has been there's almost inside jokes at this point, right? Like in between this community. So I could email all of you and say something from today. Nobody else would get it, right? And it's just like we have created that moment tonight or today or wherever or this morning, wherever it is that you're watching from. And so this is exactly what it's about. This is what connection marketing is about. This is what authentic marketing is about. And we want you to step out there because I don't know about you, but these days you scroll on TikTok or any of these platforms, I don't even know anymore. And I'm quite good with the robots, but sometimes now I don't even know, especially if it comes with from a security camera. I don't know now if it's AI, if it's real, if it's this, if it's that, right? So nothing beats this. Nothing beats communicating with your audience in real time, answering their questions, providing value, and really just showing up as the human that you are and doing the best that you can to bring awareness to the work that you're doing that is so needed in this world. And so thank you for attending this masterclass. Thank you, Rachel, for dropping the gems. The absolute gems today have been on another level. I also want to say 2 of you already have upgraded to VIP. So congratulations. And thank you for coming, not just to the premiere, but, sitting in the good seats, I'm kidding. They're all good seats. But you know what I mean, okay? Where you're going to be rubbing the shoulders, all of that vibe, all those things that people say. But thank you all so much. We also have Mon, Dee, Felicia, Brittany, Tamara, Nadia, Damon, and Charlie, Tori, and Kimberly. Thank you all so much for backing this project. Thank you for being live with us. We are so grateful for your support for this project. And because we have brought in the money, y'all know we cannot end without dancing out, because this is the energy we're bringing out. So dance with us as you listen to our money song and we cut away from this live. Thank you all so much. Let's dance, Rachel.
Let it rain, rain, rain. Legacy loud when I say my name. They said it could be done, but I can't. Now